Hello everyone. The purpose of this video is to take a look at the final exam, and it's going to be very important for you to watch the video just here and then pay careful attention to the directions for the exam here and then to review the sample answer. So as it says here, all of this will become available on December 12th, and it's due at midnight on December 18th. There are no exceptions to the due date. The due date does not have a 24-hour extension. I have 4 classes. I have to grade all of the final exams and submit my grades on time. The only way I can do that is if all the students submit the assignments on time. So let's take a look at the final exam. And up here, I'm telling you, you should plan to spend about 6 hours on the exam. Now again, this is an estimate. Some of you will need less time, others of you may need more time. But this is not something that you postpone until the last minute. So during class this semester we covered 10 primary topic areas, and you'll see that I listed them below. You are going to select any 8 of the 10 for the exam. You can select any 8 you want. You don't have to do all of them. And you probably won't have time to do all of them anyway. So there are 2 parts to each question. Each question you're going to write a minimum of a 10-sentence reflection about the topic. And I will give you 2 or 3 things that you have to include, and then I'll tell you the number of additional topics I want you to select in the topic. And when you do that, you're going to select things that you learned, and again, these are going to be specific things. You can't say, for example, I learned about the factors of production. Well, good, but what did you learn? What are they? So it has to be specific. And then there's a video that matches each topic, and you're going to write a 7-sentence reflection about the video. And again, this can be, what are things you learned? What did you find interesting? Anything you agreed with or disagreed with? And any other thoughts that you might have. And when you select your 8 topics, you have to select corresponding reflection and video. You can't select a reflection from one topic area and then a video from another topic area. This is very, very important, and I will have gone over this with you in class. You have to write in your own words, and the only things that you can use are your textbook, your reading assignments, and any class notes. So no Google, no AI. And obviously no working together. I will dump all of your assignments in to Turnitin, the plagiarism checker. So if your paper, your exam is the same as one or more of your colleagues, then I'll know you work together. Now obviously parts of your answers will be the same. If I ask you what are the factors of production, then you'll all have that part of your answer will be a match, but the rest of your answer won't be an exact match unless you work together. So your answers must match the textbook or your class notes. Once again, using the example of the factors of production, if I ask you what are the factors of production, you have to write what the book says and what I said on the board. I will have said the same thing on the board as the book said. So if you ask AI, you'll get a list of factors of production, which may not be wrong, but they won't match the book or what I put on the board. If I see any indication of that, the very best grade you can get for that answer is a 50%. And you might not get that, but that's the best grade you can get. And again, do not work with anyone to complete the exam. If I see answers that are too similar, if Turnitin flags papers that are too similar, everyone involved will get a 0. And trust me, you do not want to get a 0 on this. And you have to write everything in complete and correct sentences. You can't just make bulleted lists of things. That won't get you many points. And then here I'm telling you how to set it up, and I'll show you an example. And yours needs to look exactly like the example. And you have to double space. If you don't double space, I am going to reduce points because it's very, very hard to read pages of single-spaced information in the view that I see. So make sure you double space. So when we come down through here, you'll see that I have listed all of the 10 topics that we covered this semester. And you'll see that each topic has got, I tell you, here's what you have to include. So in this one, the first chapter, the business mindset, you have to include the at least 4 function areas of a business and 4 environments of a business. We actually had more, but you have to do 4 of each. And then from that chapter, reading the chapter, looking at your notes, you have to discuss at least 3 more specific things from this topic. And again, I can't say this enough. These things that you discuss have to match the book and or what I wrote on the board. If you ask ChatGPT or Copilot, you may not get a wrong answer, but you'll get an answer that doesn't match the book. And then here's the video. You're going to watch this video, and then you're going to write a 7-sentence reflection about and include some specific things that it showed you, and also things you found interesting, that sort of thing. And here's economics, the same thing. You must include the factors of production, a brief definition, and list the components of capitalism, and then at least 3 more things. I'm not going to read all of these to you, but they all go, and don't assume that I'm always going to ask you for 3 more, because here I'm asking you for the stakeholders of a business, 1 thing, and then you must discuss 4 more things. Here I asked you for a couple of things, and so I asked you for 3. And again, coming down through, you've always got a video, and then you've got my question, then a video, all the way down through. And remember, you are going to do these, only 8 of these. Don't try to do all of them. You're going to do 8 of them. And again, I can't give you an extension on this. You have to plan this ahead of time. If you don't start this until a couple of hours before it's due, you are not going to be in good shape. So please don't do that. And here's the grading rubric. And then we'll go back over here. And this is the sample answer. And this is not a place, well, actually, I'm going to pull it up here. This is not a place where you're going to get creative. This is a place where you are going to do yours exactly like this. Now, I just added a topic area here that we didn't actually cover, because obviously I'm not going to give you one that I'm asking you to do. So let's assume this is topic 11. This is the name of the topic. So you're first going to write your reflection. Again, see how this is double spaced, at least 10 sentences. You're going to come down here and say video, and then you're going to write your reflections about the video. Yours is going to look exactly like this. Now, you're going to put this all in one Word document. You're not going to try to submit 8 documents. So then you'll come down here and start your next one. But everything needs to be double spaced, and it needs to look just like this. Do your reflection first on the topic, answer the questions I asked, then add the number of other topics that I asked you to add, and down here, reflections on the video, and the video has to match the topic. So hopefully this has been helpful for you, and again, hopefully you believe me when I tell you This is not a place where you want to procrastinate. This exam is worth 20% of your grade. If you get a good grade on here, that can take a nice hit on your average. If you don't get a good grade on this, it can take a not so nice hit on your average. So I'm looking forward to you doing a great job on this.